And welcome back, everybody. We got a much anticipated match going on right now. On Dark Side is our good buddy out of Minnesota. I hear he has traveled a decent amount with Garrett this past year.
He did make the drive to the Ohio Mega event with me, and pretty good traveling companion. You know, this
We
is
got AJ Hatoum on the Thrawn objective. A great tactician does something.
Greats plans, I think, something like
Yeah.
that.
And then on the light side, playing 0 Hour is the man who you all want to see, Mr. Frodo Light, Brian Avery, our 2023 Hall of Theater Guest of the Year himself, playing 0 Hour. So kind of a mirror match.
This will be interesting. Like, I feel like AJ has some amount of advantage in this. Just he's been playing Thrawn a lot, and I feel like he might be more prepped for the possible mirror match than Brian
I would think so, but here's the
is.
question: is he prepared to face the Beezers?
Does he have the bees? Does AJ have the Beezers? Why did Brian just put his heading for the med frigate and then put all his starting effects down where they're
I
not in
think
the
he's doing
camera?
a pile shuffle really quick.
Yeah, but he put his heading back in his deck before he did that.
You want to head up Chris really quick?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Um, one of it comes down to, is AJ playing anything that can get him back his Lothal system? If he is, and being able to do stuff there, like get the drain. I mean, 0 Hour is getting generate a lot of force, so it might not be
So
like
I did just shoot Chris a couple messages here, or maybe
there's the
Brian.
heading for the medical frigate.
Yeah, it's just in the. There we go. Okay, I thought he moved it into his pile. So
So Nick
there we
is
go.
I like that, Nick. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I have not really played this matchup in a long time. So we have AJ going with Endor Shield, Imperial Rest Order, and Alert My Star Destroyer V. We're going to
I,
refer to him straight as Frodo Light. Frodo Light going with Insurrection and Aim High, Phoenix Squadron Operations, and Walkling. So kind of the normal start for both. Although I will say I kind of like the Insurrection non-combo over the combo.
it really only impacts a couple characters in the deck.
Yeah.
It basically gets you one more forfeit on wedge, and I think being able to just start aim high is strong enough. It's worth that. You know, you get basically what you get: wedge and saw. Maybe it adds a forfeit too. So I do think
It
light
also
side
adds like
is.
Zeb, Sabine.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're both. Oh, Zeb is who I was thinking of, not Saw. But yeah, they're Sabine is ability
Yeah,
two
like you
as
said,
well.
Wedge. I'm trying to think. There are other characters. Cassian.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, it's the one extra forfeit isn't bad. I think starting the combo just so you always have aim high is probably preferable. I think Nick is probably right that light side is traditionally slightly advantaged here. I think AJ might be able to mitigate some of that just with he's been playing Thrawn forever.
Yeah, he's one of the like
And we'll
he
see
is a
how
killer
Frodo
bee. I
we'll see
think
how
he's the
Frodo does.
only. Is he the only killer bee there right now?
No, Brad Reinhold's there. Brad didn't pre-register, but Brad's there.
That's right. Yeah. For some reason, I always forget about Brad. I'm sorry, Brad.
So
We'll make it up to you at some point.
I counted Brad. So
Well,
AJ went and got Thrawn and Ozzel with his Endor shield
now
activated. Now
does he
he's
normally play Ozzel V or not
he
V?
has Ozzel V, I believe.
Okay.
I'm like 98% sure he's got Ozzel V, so then he can flash him for Stalker or Vengeance.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go get, so he's getting a docking bay, getting a system. I don't think he's got, so does he have, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think he's got enough to deploy Thrawn on the Chimera right now.
No, he does not.
So
If he had Kessel, he would.
yeah, but I don't think he's got, I don't see
No, I don't
Kessel
think
in
he
there. I
had
think he,
Kessel either.
because I think he's
There's
grabbing Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk and a docking bay. Silver Glen in the chat saying light side should win. Again,
I agree. I think light side is advantaged. I think this could come down to a familiarity with the matchup that I think AJ's got a chance. I'm not going to count AJ out yet. AJ's been playing Thrawn a long time, and he's
oh, you are
a good
correct,
player.
Silver
Oh, it
Glen. I
is
forgot about that. Yeah,
+1.
you
Okay.
do get the +1. So he theoretically can get out Thrawn and the Chimera. I'm not necessarily sure you want
I
to.
don't think he had the Chimera either. I don't
Yeah,
remember seeing Chimera when he was shuffling through.
like flipping through.
He's
Yeah.
got a decent hand though. He's got a couple blizzards in there. He's
I know he
got
had Blizzard
the,
4.
I saw Blizzard
Um,
2 as well. So he's just drawing for, is he just drawing for the ship? Oof. All
I,
right.
okay, so there's Blizzard 1. Blizzard 1's a pretty good card. The only issue is with Zeb, like being able to shut off trample, that's a problem.
Yeah, but Zeb only shuts it off at his location.
True. That is very good.
So
Um, yeah, I do agree with you that light side is favored in the fact that they can spread pretty quick.
yeah, no, I think
We'll
Lightside
see.
is strictly favored in the matchup. I think AJ's played it enough that he might be able to at least keep it interesting.
Yeah. And like I said, the bigger reason we got this on the stream right now is not so much the matchup. I really wanted to highlight both of these players. So, yes, you can't separate the interior site from the exterior dark side site.
Yeah.
And I fully agree with you, Silver Glen. When I first played Zero Hour, that was one of the strong points of the deck, was being able to just to drop all your guys turn to flip, really quick. If Brian is able to flip on, say, turn
Early.
2, AJ might be in a little bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, and AJ's not going to be able to limit the Battle Destiny draws at Lothal, which
Right.
is rough for him. Like that's
Yes.
actually probably going to be the harder part is AJ can't keep himself from losing guys
True. I
in
mean,
battles at Lothal, and that's bad.
true.
Like
However,
he
if he's
almost
able to
needs to
get,
ignore Lothal.
if he is able to get, say, the Thunder Flare plus Captain Hergy plus the Admiral's Order plus Thrawn, like that's
Yeah,
and Mahdi, like Mahdi is really good. Being able to make
and
like the Chimera immune to attrition less than 8, making all the other Star Destroyers immune to attrition less than 5.
and I'll be honest, if you have that 7-card, 2-star destroyer, 3 unique pilot combo, you really should own a system at that point.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's, I mean, at that point, you're devoting more than 10% of your deck to that one combo holding that one system. Like you should be able to take that system. And yeah, there's no way AJ's putting it down in one turn. Like
I know. I'm trying to like say like what
you're
some of
looking out for
Brian's
AJ. I
are.
agree. So there, I think we see a Chimera. Is that the Chimera?
I really hope so. Yes, that is the AI Chimera V.
Nice.
So AJ gets another docking bay
Yep.
out.
AJ went to get a docking bay, and there. Yep, you're right. That's that beautiful,
Oof, such a
beautiful AI. It's just so pretty. So yeah, I mean, if
ooh.
AJ gets that whole thing going, it's good for him. And
Interesting to see that Brian has capital support in his hand. So that's
ooh,
one good play for him is if even if AJ is able to get those Admiral's orders going, like if Brian waits for AJ to deploy his Admiral's order and then plays his, that would send AJ's to the use pile.
yep.
And I like that move for Brian. I
So do
like
I.
just
A
being
lot of this is going to be how familiar is Brian with open. Brian is traditionally still a retro player. He's played some open stuff, but I don't think it's necessarily his all the time.
Yeah, and yes, you are correct. He would stop it with the one big objective
Yeah,
or Admiral's Order. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, the Chimera stops
that we're
the
in attack position now. He'll be able to keep that in play
yeah.
but he doesn't have it out right now. So, and that maybe, Brian may jump the gun on this and put his out first,
Yeah.
which then AJ can overwrite it. And then, I mean, it does give Brian a trackable 6, which is bad for AJ.
Um, so I know the Chimera says that you can't cancel it. I think that's mostly for like General Leia. Does that work with putting out an Admiral's Order? Because I think the way the Admiral's Orders read.
It doesn't cancel it, it just sends the other one to use. Here, let's.
Oh, that's right. Thrawn's text allows an Admiral's Order to go back to Hank. Correct. Yeah, that's a good point.
And actually, yeah, the Chimera just protects the game text. It doesn't actually stop because there
Yeah,
are no cards that just cancel Admiral's orders. They just cancel game
yeah,
text.
yeah. Because the Leia V says that it cancels the game text of an Admiral's Order.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Thrawn, I mean, putting it back in hand though would not be terrible. Like he'd still
no.
stop it for that turn. And actually, theoretically, if he's got any capital ships, he could take advantage of the deploy bonus and then send it back to
Actually,
hand.
I will stand correct though. However, Thrawn's game text says while no other admiral and no star cruiser on table, your admiral's orders just placed in use file from table may be taken into hand. So if
Yeah.
AJ's got like Mahdi and Ozzel on the table, not necessarily that's not
He
going
won't
to
get
be
it.
possible.
Yeah. So this will be
It's going to be it's going
this will
to
be an
be
interesting
a very
turn.
interesting matchup, and maybe I stand corrected. Maybe that is part of the reason why we picked this matchup.
We definitely knew what we were picking. This wasn't
No,
just
we
a get
didn't.
Frodo light on stream. So
My
this was
entire
just
goal is to
a.
get Frodo on stream.
Oh, I
Your
agree.
your job is to pick the good matchups.
I mean, this is actually not a bad matchup. This should be an entertaining matchup that has some back and forth. Yeah, I think the only way the Admiral's Order is going to matter is the immunity and
Ooh, that's
cheaper
a card
guys.
not a lot of people play
What?
in their 0 hour, and I like it.
Which card? What am
The one
I?
that's right on top.
Oh,
Tally.
the Tala.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tally says that your
forfeit can't
forfeits,
be.
yeah, they can't be increased.
So
So
what was Brian searching for? Was Frodo searching for a document there? Must have been.
uh either
And he
Doc
missed
Bay,
it.
yeah, because he
Well,
has a
because there
site,
is the site in there. So,
and yeah, there's the site.
I mean, he's
It's
got
capital, old school
OBV.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
I don't hate that just for
No, I
the,
don't,
I can go get any card I need.
yeah.
Like if I lose an important card, I can go get it.
Yeah,
Did
I
I see a
in general
Falcon in there?
works with general rebel leadership.
Did I see a Falcon in there though when he was flipping?
Not sure.
That would make for an interesting. AJ's like,
And
hold on,
like we
let's get
said,
all the
like,
icons facing the same way here.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's throwing me off so much.
That's
Like I want to message AJ and be like, fix the sites.
they're fixed now. He's got them all. Now
No.
all the well, they're backwards in the sense of the light side are all facing AJ and the dark side are all
Yeah,
facing
it's just the sites. It's not the systems.
Brian,
That's
but
even better.
they're all facing the same way. So as long as they activate off the right icons, they're fine. I do like that it's annoying more than just us though, because that absolutely is.
That's tilting so many people, and
That's
I love it.
I used to manage a bank, and there's nothing that tilted me more than trying to count my teller's drawers and having the bills all turned weird directions. Like I fixed that every time,
Yeah.
and it's little things like that that just drive me batty sometimes. So I think we're
Okay,
seeing
here we
the.
go. Ghost going down to, I believe
Yep,
that is,
I'm sure it's going to Lothal.
yeah, you got to think it is.
Yep,
And here's the thing though, like he didn't get, I don't think he used the interrupt to pull it.
he used an interrupt.
Maybe it was the interrupt though.
Yeah, he used an interrupt, and I think he's taking back some of the force. AJ's telling him, hey, it's -1 for each of them.
Yeah. AJ's a
So
somewhat good guy.
and Brian's got his used pile under his. Oh, that both of them. They're just nothing's.
Who is tilting you more?
I'm
That's the
getting
question.
twitchy right now. Like right now, I'm getting a
Who's
little
tilting you
twitchy
more,
about the whole thing.
Garrett?
They are both tilting me. So now, like the same way that AJ can't limit those battle destinies up in space,
Yeah.
neither can Brian, which means something like a command could be real rough.
Yeah, like I like
if he doesn't come to if Brian doesn't back up with some more dudes. Not sure what
yeah.
it is. I was assuming AJ was looking for Lost in Space. Yeah, like I thought I saw it already.
Yeah.
So the other thing Brian could theoretically do is just
Move.
spread. Well, yeah, just spread, get his guys down, flip, and then move from the system and say, okay,
Yeah.
like
Looks like
send the ghost
AJ's
to
explaining
Kashyyyk and
Lost in Space.
yeah. AJ's like, this says Thrawn lives. So, which is a solid play. Like that's a good
Yeah.
that's what he wants here. So
And I just got word from our illustrious marketing advocate, Mr. Jared Napolitano. If you are looking to continue to donate to the PC, there are currently 4 Boba Fett PC XL deck boxes left. So if you're still looking for one of the beautiful PC XL deck boxes of our favorite bounty hunter slash mercenary slash Tusken Raider, please make sure that you donate soon to get one of the 4 that are left. Also, if you're looking
there's
for one
Wedge,
of,
Red Squadron leader.
that's not a bad card.
It's that he needs another red
He's a
guy up
Corn
there.
Horn, Luke, and there's Corn Horn.
Okay. Ooh.
And also, there are only 3 General Grievous boxes left as well. So get out, donate, get yourself a nice shiny box, take it to one of these these majors, show it off, be the envy of your friends, and play some Star Wars cards.
I'm pretty happy I picked up the I grabbed the Boba Fett box with my donation to go with the Darksaber box. That's just gorgeous. Okay, so Brian says
I'm
I
going
want
for
this
it.
system. Like
This is a play. And here's the thing though, like
yeah.
Brian is not flipped. So he can theoretically limit AJ.
I thought it was the
Okay.
system that said you can't.
No, it's the objective.
Ah, all right. So
Yeah,
then
that's like AJ
so
can
AJ
limit.
could limit him to 1, which would be
Yeah.
good. All right. And Brian puts down
AJ's
his
looking at
capital
the
support.
objective. Yeah, there's combined fleet action. I'm sorry, that was the actual Admiral's order.
Yep.
That
So
one
Brian pays 1
downloads
to
vehicles.
start the battle. AJ's looking at his command, deciding.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brian has no force save, so I don't think he can't grab the command.
he can't grab it. Now the question is is AJ limiting or is AJ going
I like AJ limiting.
aggro and saying, I'll let you draw 2. I'm gonna Lost in Space Thrawn. I'm gonna draw 3, and then I'm gonna come back at you.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Although it looks like he might have just limited him. No, that'd be the Power Destiny.
Yeah, first one's the power.
And then there's the Battle Destiny. And then
So AJ misplayed that. Oh,
the Furry Fury.
Yeah, AJ's misplaying this though.
Why?
You play it after everything.
Oh yeah, so his Battle Destiny should have gone first.
Yeah, you might want to get Chris on
yeah.
that. Judge. Either way, AJ's not getting good destiny. Like he did draw 6 there at some
Yeah,
point.
so he would draw. So, but the question is he, or his Battle Destiny 0 and 6?
His battle destiny should be a 0-6, and then his
And
4
then his
to
Furry
subtract.
Fury should be a 4 instead of a 6. So let's make sure it's done right. So
yeah, and The real question is like, what did Frodo? Did he cancel? Because obviously he's going to cancel at 6, so he's just not going to have any battle destiny.
In theory, yeah, I mean that's how it should work. I'll be honest, I think AJ misplayed that command with the when he had the Fury Fury. I
Yeah,
think you let him draw 3, let him draw 2, and then command to add one
yeah.
yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you're just going for the wipe stuff out. So, and it's possible they did the math right. Unfortunately, without being able to hear it and see it, we can't say, did this all get played right? So it's possible Chris is going to go over and check on it and be like, hold
Yep, there
on.
he is. There is that
Yep.
majestic beard.
That's Chris answers his texts beautifully, or he responds to his text. And Chris said they did it correctly, they said. So we'll
Oh,
let it,
okay. I like
I
how
think
you got
AJ knows how
Chris's.
to good. I will trust Chris. I did say what it needed to be. I was like, the Battle Destiny draws need to happen before the Fury Fury. So,
Yeah,
so in that case,
because
I think
that's at least
AJ
how
is down in
Gent
power.
has me
Like
play it.
AJ, if he canceled the 6 for Battle Destiny, AJ's sitting at what 11 power total to 6, 7,
Remember
8.
the total. So each of the starships is -2.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be real close then.
It's going to be a close. I
3,
don't think
6,
AJ is going to
8,
feel anything.
9, 10,
Like, I
16.
don't think AJ is going to really lose any. He's not going to lose Thrawn. He's not going to lose the ship.
He might be down a couple power because I think by my math, Brian is at like 15 power. So he's at 3, 6, 8 plus 4 is 16, plus 5 is 21, minus 4 is 17, minus 4 is 13. And AJ should be at 8 by my math. Or 9. He'd be at 11 minus 2. But I'm not sure why Brian's thinking of losing anything. Like, did Brian not cancel the Battle Destiny? What am I?
I honestly don't know.
That's why I'm wondering if they didn't actually do that right. Because, or no, I think Brian's just No, Brian's not losing anything. Okay.
Yeah, Brian shouldn't be
So
losing anything.
AJ's not losing anything either, though. I feel like AJ should have been down a couple.
It might have been tie.
It's possible. It's possible my
It might
math
have been
isn't
just a straight up
perfect.
tie.
Yeah. It's possible I did math a little bit off. We'll see. Well, this is a good turn. This should theoretically be a good turn for AJ.
Yeah.
He
Like,
needs this turn to go well.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. If he's got like no escape, getting that Fury might be
Oh, good Lord. That'd be brutal. So
I'm really not sure.
I was assuming it was Price. Like, that'd be the only character who would have no other icons. Like, it would make sense if it was Price, if he had Price in
Yeah, and I
hand.
think I think you're right, just because of the long box that she has.
Yeah. And no other icons, not a pilot. There's
No,
not
it's
too
not
many of
Price.
those in Thrawn. It's not Price.
It's not Price. Oh, it is the Emperor.
Oh, all right. So a bunch of forfeit fodder.
Yeah, huge forfeit fodder. I actually like that play
Yeah, I don't
just
hate
for that
that
forfeit.
yeah, the forfeit is huge. So let's see.
Like,
I don't see a no escape in there, nor do I see a way to pull it. Because yeah,
yeah,
no escape for that Fury Fury would be brutal.
yeah.
And he doesn't have another
You know
command
what? I kind
either.
of think that AJ might just be fine evacuating the system.
Let him have his Drano 1, go to
Yeah,
Kashyyyk and
yeah,
force him to chase you.
yeah.
I don't hate that. Like AJ's hand looks like it's a bunch of not connected parts. Well, he's got a Veers and a Blizzard 1. Honestly,
Yeah, honestly, like I like the play of going, say, Veers and Blizzard One. I don't think so, Nick.
the
I want to say
Lothal.
it's a drain of 1, and then once you flip, you get all the stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's a drain of 1. For light side, it says Hera deploys -1 here. Once per game may pool. This is my ship. And then the dark side says, unless Thrawn here, 4 strain -1 here. And this is my ship is immune to sense. While Lothal
Yeah.
converted gains, okay, so it does gain a dark side icon.
So it is a drain of 2. Yeah.
It is a drain of 2.
I still think leaving it is
I
the right
still do
call.
too. Yeah. And I
So
actually think AJ should have went to the temple, not to the capital.
eh,
Maybe.
isn't
Shuttles.
the temple a plus, or no, it's not a +3 to go to the temple.
No.
So
He does shuttle the Emperor down. I like the Emperor going down to one of those, like,
I like the Emperor going down.
well, if he moves to, well, what I'm saying is he moves the Walker over.
You think you should have thrown the Walker at the 2-1 and then walked it into the.
Maybe.
I think
it costs two.
I thought it cost to move there too.
It does. It's +2 to move. My bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought there was a
I have
reason.
not played 0 hour in a long time. Just because I did not think it was good in the meta.
Yeah, it's plus a bunch to move
Yeah.
there. I will
No,
say, as someone who uses an iPhone, that Holocron app is amazing. And Lee Edwards putting that together was awesome.
I mean, it
When I
is
had
almost as cool as the Comlink app.
but the phone's so much cooler. Like when I text
No, it's
people,
not.
it's a little blue bubble.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's
but I
just
have so
cool.
much more. You know what? Let's not talk about the phones. Let's talk about the important game that is currently going
AJ
on.
dropped battle
Frodo
order,
versus
so
AJ.
Frodo chooses not to pay to drain, which I don't hate. Frodo's got
I
a
don't hate
lot
it
of
either.
space in there. Holy cow.
Yeah.
He's
And
got
that's the thing,
Luke, he's
like,
got R2 and Red 5, he's got
is that his
Talia.
hand?
No, that's his reserve. I'm
That's
not
his
sure what
reserve deck.
he's
The fact that
looking
he's got
for.
Luke and the 2 ships in there is not necessarily good. However, looking at his hand, I don't see like AJ kind of took a risk there.
Yeah, but AJ's got the Gick in hand. We saw AJ with
True.
his Gick in hand. It
Yeah, and
is an
he's got the lost
oversized
in
Thrawn
space.
objective that AJ's running.
Yeah, Jared and the marketing team got those out. Like they gave those out a couple of years ago at the.
Wasn't that one of the worlds,
It was at Worlds in
the
Atlanta, and
squadrons or something?
unfortunately though, it does not have the correct game text unless AJ custom printed it.
My guess is AJ did
I
not
think he
custom print
did.
it, but
I think he did. And you know what? It's really nice because it's a nice shiny reflective card too.
oh, it's extremely shiny. So let's see
Like
where Brian goes with this because he's got the
while you're doing that, I'm gonna show it off.
he's got Ahsoka in hand. It looked like he's went searching for something else that he also didn't have.
You know what? So I don't know how, but I also have one. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty generously. So I want somebody in the chat to. Oh wow, it's like super shiny.
Yeah, that I've seen AJ's before, and it is
Extremely
if
shiny.
the light hits it right, you are not seeing anything for a day.
Yeah,
So if
that's a
you go to the
more
eye doctor beforehand, it's terrifying. It's
yeah.
terrifying.
So
I'm all ready to respond to
oh,
something in the
okay, I
chat.
got it. First person in the chat to because we're showcasing one of them. Why don't we do this? The first person in the chat who can tell me all of the Holo Theater guests of the year will win this nice shiny the A Great Tactician Creates Plans from yours truly. First person in the chat, and I would say Garrett. I'm sorry, Garrett. Garrett. You're wrong.
That's possible. I hear that a lot. So
So you
I
have
do feel like
entered.
that
You are
was
wrong.
three of
You
them,
have
though.
failed.
I don't that might not be all of them, but I feel like I'm right with
So
those three.
you are correct. Those are 3. Also,
See,
I need to know which Brian. There's like 4 Brians.
Light, Brian Avery. I mean,
Specify.
given that there's like 17 Brians in the 35 players at the
I know.
Atlanta event right now, I get that. Yeah, maybe I needed to specify a little better, but
I will
we'll
say this.
go
I
with
will
it.
give out a good hint. 3 of so there are 3 members of the Holo Theater Guest of the Year Club currently at the Supreme Southern Showdown. Clearly, Timo is not one of them.
All right,
We
so
see
we
that,
see Brian's going at the Emperor. He's
yeah,
got
with Kanan Jarrus, the Jedi
Kanan.
Knight, Zeb Aurelius, and I can't see who the last character is.
I think it might be Ahsoka.
That would, yeah, I think you're right, just because she is
He
a
had a
Destiny
shiny
1.
Ahsoka in hand. She is Destiny 1.
Yeah.
There we go. James coming in with the speaking of shiny things. We always talk
Yeah.
about shiny things. The donation
James is like
program.
James is amazing with like his little plugs like this. So thank you,
Did,
James.
didn't I say our volunteers are so good at what they do and
Yep.
so good at just, keeping us on track too, because otherwise, things meander sometimes.
I'm just gonna keep this
And
right here until somebody wins it.
that donation program is that dark saber box is so spectacular. All right, so we see.
I don't like that.
I'm not sure I care for that at all.
Yeah, like the fact that
Brian didn't even flip his objective. Like Brian could have flipped his
no,
objective and then tried to do some moving stuff, and
yeah, like
he
I don't
didn't
like
even
that.
go for the flip.
I mean, I like that
And
it's
he
keeping
didn't battle
AJ.
the Emperor. I don't
Yeah, I like
understand
that it
that.
is keeping AJ from flipping his objective and getting cards on the art card. But at the same time, like, do you really have to
It's
move all of that stuff?
if your entire goal is just to stop your opponent from doing stuff, that's not necessarily a great
Yeah.
game plan. Like you need to advance your game plan as well. And just going, well, I'll just do this doesn't really do that. So let's see. Yeah, the 9 card white border foil uncut sheet. The choices are amazing. If you haven't donated, get off the fence, make the donation. You can do it one shot. You can do a monthly donation. It's you know donating to the PC is part of what gets me and Dan up on Twitch and gives you guys something to listen to on a Saturday when you're feeling bad about not going to Atlanta.
Yeah. I know I'm
Or
feeling
that, like Queso posted, it's negative 112 or something in Denver right now.
like I've got my windows open. It is like cold. It is snowy. It is miserable. Like,
Why do you have windows open then? Or do you just mean your shades? Because I'll be honest, if you have your windows open and it's snowing outside, I'm questioning your sanity more than even normal.
the blinds are open.
Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense because you
Yeah.
you seriously had me a little thrown there. I'm like, why are you
Yeah. My
doing that?
blinds are open mostly so I can get some light, natural light in here, even though it's like
Ooh,
cloudy.
now that I like, and it looks like Brian's sitting and staring at a barrier. That
And that's
barrier might be big.
fine.
No, I think that barrier is big. Like you were okay with leaving Vader in there, but if you don't barrier, I could see AJ battling,
Choking Zeb.
choking Zeb, and being able to start
Yeah.
trampling guys. Although,
So, okay. So, James, you currently have two out of the X guest of the years. Garrett, even though I said you cannot win, you have named three out of the guests of the years.
yep. So
And I've already given one hint that three of them are currently at Atlanta. I will give one more hint. 1 year has had two winners.
trample probably won't hit on the Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can't trample.
Well,
Zeb
if
is
he
there.
choked out Zeb though,
Yeah.
and yeah, Zeb protects rebels, as you say. I think you can get them if they're not rebels, but so there's AJ going vengeance and
Awesome.
I'm assuming Ozzel.
Yeah. I like AJ just running. Like he's
Yeah, until Brian flips his objective and does something, like I think AJ is fine to
yeah.
say, all right, although AJ's
And the
spending
thing
a
is, no,
whole
AJ
bunch
can
of
or
force.
Brian cannot flip his objective right now, period, because of the fact that I want to say there's an Imperial controlling a site.
Um,
Okay, to flip the 0 hour objective,
yeah, I
flip this
think he
card if rebels control three Lothal locations, or you occupy three Lothal locations with Phoenix Squadron characters, and opponent controls no Lothal location.
yeah, he can potentially flip next turn.
Yeah.
he's going to have to battle and wipe a site out though. Like there, well, no, because he's got the 0. He could theoretically throw Ezra there. He could do Ezra, guys at the other two, do some moving to make it happen. But I don't like that plan. Like I think AJ is in a decent spot right now, just slow and steady. Keep the plink damage going. Okay, pay 1 for Blizzard 4. There we go. And you do see, Vader's stuck on Blizzard 4 for this turn, which I don't think is ideal for AJ. Like you're not too worried about weapons coming down, so you'd kind of like that 6 power. But Palpatine is, forfeit 9. Like you're not getting killed there.
No.
And Brian doesn't have a lot of cards in hand.
No, and that's the other thing.
Yeah, Brian's got like 4 cards.
Brian's going to be able to drain for 2, and AJ loses 2 cards. That the
He lost
pincer is not that
Decree first, and then the pincer. The pincer's not going to be big if he's not getting cards stacked. And I think Brian is currently trying to, just say, hey, I'm not going to give up stacks.
Did you see what's in Brian's hand though?
No. What?
It's a whiteboard card. Or no, it looks like it is in his deck. Okay.
As I say, this is Brian's reserve deck we just looked at. Now his hand has only got like 4 cards, and I didn't see anything.
So he has a Jedi presence in his reserve deck.
Well, yeah, he drew it for Battle Destiny a couple turns ago.
Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad.
He's going for the kind of beatdown, which is an interesting play with 0 Hour. I don't hate it. You've got a bunch of rebels.
Either. It's different. I mean,
you've got Kanan, you've got Ahsoka, you've got
Kanan.
Yeah, Kanan and Ahsoka. You've got a couple Jedi. You've got a bunch of
probably
rebels.
Have a Yoda.
Yeah. You're missing
James,
one there, though,
incorrect. James. You still only have 3.
Yeah. I don't think Scott ever won it.
Did not win twice.
I don't think Scott won it.
Scott has never won it. He has so Scott was one of the initial the reason that Scott has a AI, he's got 2 cards is because he's Scott.
Yeah.
Like
Scott gets 2 cards because Scott is deserving of that. So there we see Blue 11. Blue 11 pulling Leia Rebel Princess.
Garrett has said 3 that are correct as well.
Yeah. Garrett was right on his 3. I forgot about Chris Kelly. But there's someone else I'm definitely forgetting about. So
I put a good hint in the chat. 2023 has 1. 2022 has 2. 2022 has 2. 2021 and 2020.
Yeah.
So there are 5 in total.
Trying to see where
the 2022 ones have not been released to the public yet.
So Brian's searching his reserve deck again for something, probably a site, just to see if he can go get something else.
Yeah. Tally coming down.
Oh yeah, because you can go get an A-wing.
Yeah,
so Tally
the effect.
I mean, Tally's okay, but the adding to forfeit doesn't do much. Mm-hmm. Like she's forfeit.
Well, no, she reduces. She doesn't add or anything, but she cancels all the additional ones. So like,
yeah, she stops the adding to forfeit.
Yeah,
which AJ's not really. I mean, AJ's got Thrawn, or Ozzel.
Ozzel, yeah.
So I don't like Brian not trying to flip. I just.
He needs to flip. He has
like if Brian does nothing else here and he just moves his guys over to. Well, maybe he is trying to flip because he put the.
But he can't flip.
He can't. He needed to move in front of. He needed to control some sites. He needed to move in front of Veers.
Well, he doesn't even have to control. He has to have just 2. So he has to move in front. He has to put.
Yeah, he has to move in front of Veers. And then he's got to have 3 Phoenix Squadron occupy. 3 with Phoenix Squadron. Yeah, he's waiting a turn, but.
And I want to say Tally allows him to react.
I think Tally might deploy as a react.
May move as you react to same location as your episode 7 character. So, okay, so he does move all those his little Starfleet over.
I don't love that simply because you're still not flipped, which means AJ can again
You limit
command
you. Yeah.
and limit you, and that's not great. Although honestly, I wouldn't hate to see AJ here spread the Star Destroyers.
Yeah. And the
Go
thing
one
is,
to
like,
Kashyyyk,
AJ's
one
doing
to
4 points of damage,
yeah.
which, even though it looks weird, I
Yeah,
can't,
it's
I
I mean
cannot
that
get
four
over
points of
exactly
damage
how
is
those
good.
sites look.
Yeah, like
Oh, Leia Rebel Princess is on the table.
yep.
So,
He went and got Leia with I think at
yeah.
this point you just fine. Burn Leia twice right now and call it a day. Like you might as well just burn through Leia right now. You get him back all wings and Luke, but then you never have to worry about Leia again. So AJ drained the second one. I didn't see Brian. Yep, there's Brian saying fine. I'll get the one on top. The thing is that one on top is really bad if AJ's got the command. Well, I guess it's the power destiny.
So, first person in the chat who can literally just name the last person for guest of the year will win the oversized A Great Tactician Creates Plans. And they'll win a prize, they'll win a get pack as well from Jared.
Trying to remember if I heard
Garrett,
who
you
won
can
with.
enter now.
Well, and I was in the. I don't remember who won it with Brian. With Beefred last year, I know Beefred was one of the winners.
Yep. Last hit. Last hit. It's a former world champion.
As I say, it wasn't Batmouse.
It is a former 2-time world champion. I stress the 2-time, not 3. This is your last chance. Everybody has one last chance.
I was just
I said 2-time, not 3. I specifically said that, James.
Is it no, Bastion's got 3, Chew's got 3, Desai. Is it Joe Olsen?
No.
Trying to think
I'm sorry.
has...
It is a 2-time world champion. Sorry, English is not my first best language.
Yeah, he was a 2-time champion.
Yeah. He is a current 2-time champion.
All right, so AJ is also
there's
bring
AJ's
down his attack
Admiral's
position
Order
now.
And Mahdi.
Yeah, so he's got a
I
bunch
like
of immunity to the
here.
ships.
Like, I would love to see the Thunderflare come down.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. Like we might have the 17 card combo.
I mean, he's only missing 2.
So now he's immune.
I love what AJ is doing right now. Like AJ
so now AJ's Star
probably,
Destroyers are each immune to less than 5, right? It's less than 4.
5 except for the
Chimera is immune to a bunch, but the other one's 5, and we know
Chimera
Brian's
is immune
got
to attrition less than 8.
Brian's got a 1 and a 5 on top. So if AJ battles, he's gonna lose somebody. And in fact, it would have to be Mahdi, or he could just Lost in Space Thrawn right back.
You can Lost in Space anybody back.
Yeah,
and that's what I would.
Well, do. But Thrawn will cover this. Thrawn will cover 7 versus.
Yeah.
You know, like Ozzel only covers 4 right now because of Talia.
So here's my question to you, Garrett. Who are the current 2-time world champions? You said one of them.
Trying to remember who else. I think Angelo's only got 1. Chew's a 3-time, I thought. Chew and Bastion are 3-time. I feel like it's a European. I'm spacing on the name right now, and I'm trying to watch the game instead. So we see
I know. That's what
AJ went with command, and looks like he battled. Yep, he did limit because he only drew 2. So Brian draws the 1 for Power Destiny.
And
then the 5 that Yep. Okay. So that was like AJ knew that 5 was there.
Uh, Eric, you are correct.
Emil. Okay. That I did say European guy. I'm claiming a
Emil has
quarter
two.
credit. Yep.
I need somebody to with so
Somebody say all of them.
I need somebody to say all of them, and they need to confirm their entry, and they will win this. We got a large fork sighting. Garrett, you are incorrect.
Did I miss? Okay, that's possible. So
James, you just put in like your 5, and that's really your final guess. Same with you, Eric. You can put in an answer too. And I literally just said that Garrett is incorrect.
okay. Well, we'll watch them figure out.
They're doing math.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sorting out math here right now.
And looks like so there's the card to the art card. So it looks like
Yep.
AJ did win that battle.
So now that came off the
There's the
top. That
vengeance.
should not have been. Oh, the art cards go face up. I'm like, that should
Yes,
not
the
have
art
been
cards have to
revealed.
go
But
face
yeah,
up.
with it going face up, it's got to be revealed.
And Tally has no immunity. So I mean, here's the question: like, if you're Brian, what do you lose? Do you lose
I think
Tally?
you lose Tally.
I think you
Tally's.
do have to lose Tally.
You're not losing any of those. You're not losing any of the pilots. You need all 3 of those pilots there.
Yeah, you don't want to lose Honshu and the Falcon.
You don't want to lose. Yeah, the I mean, theoretically, if you had another Hera, you could pitch Hera, but
He
that
does
would
have
really
another
be the
Hera in the
only.
deck, but he's only got 3 cards in hand.
He's got 4 cards in hand, but I don't think any of them are Hera. I think one of them's a Kanan.
And Kanan's on the board already.
Yeah, and is not coming down anyways, so
James, you are incorrect. And Chris Kelly has not won it twice. And James, you literally said the same thing that Garrett
yeah.
said.
So I can only concentrate on so many things at once. So I'm going
I
to
know.
focus on the game and we'll see where this goes. So I got to see AJ's got to get Vader out of the walker here.
Yeah, you get Vader out of the walker. I like this, and I like what AJ is doing. I really do.
Moving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
see,
AJ's
I would
putting just a
not.
lot of pressure on Brian.
And I actually don't even hate the idea of leaving Blizzard 1 or Blizzard 2 sitting there alone.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to go beat that down, especially with how much Brian's got committed to his site already.
I mean, you could I would actually maybe move the Blizzard 4 over.
Or just move Palpatine.
Yeah.
There we go.
But
Move
there's
Palpatine
just
over.
like there's no wrong answer there.
Vader jumps out of Blizzard 4. Like AJ is playing this well.
Yeah.
This is what I was kind of talking about at the beginning of the game. Is I feel like AJ
I mean, AJ's
has
about to lose
a
3/4, but
experience and skill advantage that is
I mean, he's got
going to
that
be hard
Destiny
for.
6 Admiral's Order he could just pitch. Like, you don't
He's
need that
also
one.
got an I've lost R2, which could be really nasty
Oh, yeah.
if Brian moves in front
Jake.
of him.
So, really quick, just to end this like painful excursion, James, you actually said the 5th and last person. Johnny Chu was the person that won it with Brian Fred.
I thought Johnny was a 3-time champ. Is
He's a
Johnny only
two-time.
2? Oh, okay.
Johnny
Well,
Chu.
so that tells me what I didn't know. So fair enough. I was just giving Johnny an extra world championship because he is that
I
good.
know. Also, shame on everyone. Shame on you, Garrett, and shame on you, especially like shame on you and James. Like, you both are part of the Hollow Theater community.
I'm new to the Holo Theater community, though. I've really only been doing Holo Theater for about a
Ooh.
year. So I'm considering myself a new member, and it's
Always go. Never listen to Garrett.
Also, valid thing to say, listening to Garrett might never be a good idea.
Yeah.
So AJ, I like AJ's setup right here. I think AJ's in a good position, and it's going to be hard for Brian to flip this turn. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
not
be hard
sure
for
he
him to
can.
flip. It's like, and we were talking like everybody.
He's
I love it. Everybody at the start of the chat was like, "If this favors the light side," I agree.
if Lightside has the deck and plays it well. Like Frodo's deck is a little unique with the Jedi presence and some of the, a lot heavier space than I think people were expecting, as you do see a second Hera in his reserve.
We have a question in the chat or in the not in the chat, but in Slack.
What am I missing? And is Dash in
I
Rogue
don't
10
think
a
it
Rogue
is.
Squadron pilot? I believe it is because it is a pilot and it's piloting a Rogue Squadron speeder. I believe Dash in Rogue
Yeah.
10 is a Rogue Squadron pilot.
Well, yeah,
I'm
because
like 75% sure.
it depends. Like, what's the connotation? Like, are we asking about like Wedge Red Squadron leader?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Yeah, and James is saying no.
So normally, I it's not a vehicle though, it's the pilot. The vehicle isn't a Rogue Squadron pilot. It's not a character. Does Wedge have to have a
Yeah,
character?
yeah, it has. You have to target a character. That's why, like, he helps with.
Mm, Wedge just says you have to be with a Rogue Squadron pilot. A
Uh,
permanent pilot
yeah,
piloting a Rogue
okay,
Squadron
we
vehicle
have an
should be
official
Rogue
ruling
Squadron.
from our illustrious tournament or our
All
rules
right,
kit. No, so
fine. I'll let
get
Greg be the
ruled.
voice of reason.
Sabine going down in front of Vader. Chris will back him up.
Honestly, I was gonna say I might trample
I
quick.
would trample
Like
her. Yep,
you might as well go for the
go.
immediate trample.
Oh,
Okay.
he draws a one.
Eh, it happens. You're fine with that.
But I mean, so he didn't grab like there's no grabber.
No, he grabbed command.
Okay.
He's got a grabber
Uh,
down there, and he grabbed
okay.
command
Yeah, I
last
see
turn.
it now. The command
It's
is under the grabber.
yeah.
Like,
If you didn't, and now Brian's hiding it even more.
yeah.
There's a lot of cards on table right now.
And that's the other thing, like 0 hour does put a lot of cards on the table.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm kind of hoping this game ends in the next like 5 to 10 minutes because then I got to roll to hockey. I got to stay a little longer than I thought because I forgot what time the game started. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay for this whole game. So, oh, there's Chopper. All right.
Hey Garrett, we gotta leave.
All right. I apologize. I just got the note from Boss Lady. I got to roll. So good luck to the players. I will see you guys when I get back.
Sounds good. Have fun. And Brian still not is going to be able to flip. So, but he does block the drain with his Shirut and Chopper. There is another trample. I like this play. He does draw a 5, hitting the Shirut. So that is a big play for AJ. And I can see that Frodo is smiling right now, and I love it. He doesn't have any characters left. He has a barrier. He has the sight. Looks like he's got the Tarkinstown in his hand as well. So, for those who are currently watching, again, Garrett had to step out. He has to go watch his son play some hockey. Got no issues with that. I mean, you want to support your family, and but yeah, right now things are just not looking really good for Brian as he's only got a Kanan Jarrus Jedi Knight in his hand. He does have the Where's Han. He's got a barrier and he's got a sight. So looks like he's going to move some stuff around. And I like this. I mean, again, AJ is playing really, really well. Okay, so the Ghost will move over in front of Thrawn and the Chimera. Looks like the Huntree and the Falcon is going to stick back and protect Lothal. Nope, it is going to move over to Kashyyyk. As we see the blue 11 with Kanan Jarrus and Leia Rebel Princess move. And seeing that what AJ has in his hand, I kind of like his chances here. Like, I really like him throwing down maybe the I've lost R2 on the Ghost, keep the Ghost stranded at Mandalore, or I believe that is Mandalore. Yeah, that is Mandalore, where it's only a drain one system. Like you almost kind of feel bad there, like it being that you just stranded there. Like it is still a drain one system, but at the same time, like I'd rather not have him chasing me around. Like I'd rather just be able to drain for 2 and possibly 2 the rest of the game. As we see that Brian is still determining what he wants to do during his move phase. I think one of the things he does want to do, he's going to have to do soon is he's going to want to draw some cards, and it looks like he is drawing some cards. And yeah, I agree, Nick. Like the deck isn't working like how he wants to. We know that he's got Jedi presence in his deck. Yeah, I do agree. Like it's not difficult to flip. Like all he like, I like the play of the blue 11 and getting a character onto it, but just put the blue 11 down, block the control of the Blizzard 1. You can't barrier it. It is a vehicle. And then you flip and then you move it away. Like there's so many ways to do this. And it looks like we have the trample is pulled. And I do like this from the Blizzard too. So again, like you trample maybe well, let's see. I want to say Sabine is on the blue 11, but yeah, if you can get rid of the Leia Rebel Princess before your control phase, like that would be a huge turn. And okay, so now we have Brian got some cards in his hand, saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, V, we saw the Hojix as well. And so he still has a barrier. And he loses Tarkin Town to the drain, and there goes a this is my ship. See a drain. There goes another. He goes loses a 6 off the top. That's not really the best card to lose there. Okay, Governor Price being pulled as AJ hands over. I want to assume that is his reserve deck. So AJ getting a low destiny card out. And like I said, AJ has a lot of red in his hand. So that's the only detrimental thing for him is like not having the characters to come down, maybe deploy and fight might not be the best things. But I do like AJ maybe. I like what AJ is trying to do here. So let's see what he's going to do. I think he's getting a power count against the Honshu and the Falcon. See, Brian is checking out something. Looks like AJ is going to initiate a fight up in space. He still has the Lost in Space in his hand, so losing the Ozzel or the Mahdi might not be like it's not going to hurt him that much. So there's the Destiny of Power. It is a 3. AJ draws a 1. And looks like Brian is going to draw a 5. So AJ plays the ad equal to the number of cards on the art card. So I want to say it's a 1. So it should be a 2. Brian draws a 5 for his destiny. That does crack the immunity of the vengeance. So it's really going to come down to the power. So it's 8 plus 8 is 16 to, I want to say 16 as well. So the vengeance should not proc here, causing an extra point of damage, if my math is correct. Just for some information regarding the rest of the games today, looks like there is going to be a lunch after this game. It should be occurring. Game after lunch will be starting at about 2:30. So they're going to be doing a lunch group photo, and then they'll have the pairings for game 4. So we still got 5 games left after this one. So make sure you all stick around to the Twitch. So AJ does lose Ozzel, who satisfies for 6. Then he plays the Lost in Space to get them back. There's the Chimera going back over to Lothal. Yeah, I liked AJ abandoning Mandalore just because it is only a drain of 1 there. Price moves over, hops onto the Blizzard 2, pays 1, moves Blizzard 4, Price, and Vader all the way over to the Lothal Temple. That is only a drain of 1 at the Ezra's Roost. So again, AJ only staring down drains of 1 and 1, whereas Brian on the flip side is facing down a little bit, like he's facing down 5 right now. As AJ keeps the Vengeance, Ozzel, and Maudie all on the Vengeance at Kashyyyk. Brian plays Yoda Stew to believe make AJ put some cards back. And just so everybody's frame of reference, we're going to have Chris Goglin hop on in to assist with the streaming after the lunch. So Hall of Famer, we're going to have a Hall of Famer on, everybody. That's exciting. Let's see. Yoda Stew. During opponent's turn, take up the 4 cards from your hand, place them on top of your force pile, or the lost portion is at the start of the damage segment during a battle before any cards have been forfeited, cause all attrition for both sides to be reduced down to 0. So, I'm not sure what was going on with the Yoda Stew there, but we'll see. Looks like we go into Bryant's turn. Again, he is still, but both players are still not on the 7 side of their objectives just yet. AJ will need 1 more art card stacked up there on the Thrawn's art collection, whereas Brian needs to get rid of some of the Imperials and their vehicles on Lothal. And as we see, Trample on Chopper, the little murderous droid going to the lost pile as AJ throws him underneath the Blizzard 1's big metal foot. And it looks like, as we are in, not sure what is going on. Maybe a life force count? Nope. We have, yeah, looks like we have a handshake, and it does look like AJ Hatoum will move to 2-1 over Brian Avery. So really well played by AJ on that to just essentially take over all of Lothal. But yeah, really solid game by AJ. Good to see Frodo on. Like he's been a really stellar participant in the community. He hosted the Beezer Bowl a couple of weeks ago, where we had, I believe it was 8, maybe 10 players there. Gave away some really amazing prizes. So, but hit up Chris to see if we can get AJ on the interview on the headset really quick for an interview. And again, just for a frame of reference, there will be a roughly about an hour break here where the players will be participating in their lunch. And then after that, we'll come back. We'll have game four. Chris Godlin will be coming on, joining us for that one. And I'm excited to see the rest of the tournament today because I'm really sad that I'm not there. So, okay, we see that there is the headset, and then we'll get AJ involved. Go ahead and unmute the headset. And thank you to everybody who is tuning in for the Supreme Southern Showdown. Again, the 2024 season for Star Wars CCG. Again, if you're looking to go out and play in some live events this year, there are quite a few that are going on. This is the first one. The next one will be the Indianapolis Eclipse event that is going to be going on April 5th through the 7th. If you are going to that, I highly, highly, highly encourage everyone to stick around till April 8th so that way you can view the eclipse on that Monday, as Indianapolis will be right in the trajectory of the eclipse. And it looks like AJ has walked off. Ah, AJ, you make me sad. Let me get into our team chat really quick. Maybe we'll be graced by Brian Avery. We'll talk about that 0 hour. But I see that one of the players did pick up the headsets. I can't tell who. Let's see if we got Brian Avery on. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I am so confused. I am terrible. Brian won that one. Oh my gosh. I got totally blown out by that. So let's get on, Mr. Frodo. We do need to have you turn on the headset. And then we'll see if we can get Frodo on
I know. Okay. Dan, can you hear me?
on the stream. Maybe it's because I'm turned my speaker off.
That could be it.
Hey, Frodo,
Hey, hey!
how's it going?
Sitting pretty, feeling good. You know, it was a close
So,
game.
first of all, congratulations on the win. Okay, I gotta ask, what happened at the end? Because I'm sorry to say this, but it did look like that AJ was kind of in control there for a while.
Yeah, I was really worried the entire game because I went to space early, and it didn't seem like the right thing to do after I did it when he furried me. But in the end, it seemed to work because I could kind of chase Thrawn and the ship so that he wasn't getting artwork from me. Uh, I feel like he had control of the game, but I was able to pull Leia, cancel those two drains, so I basically was able to forego one of his turns with Leia, which was a tremendous help. But really, the move that made it happen was the Yoda stew. It was a net 5. It was last turn. I think there was 1 minute left, and you put that Yoda stew down, 4 on the force pile, 1 in the used, and that was the difference because it was 26
Oh,
to 22.
wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, what was the end result at the very end? I
Uh,
know that you won.
the life force was a 26 to 22. So I had 26 life force. AJ had 22. So it was the stew that did it.
Oh. So, okay, so right now the card of the tournament for you has been Yoda Stew.
100%. The used
So,
version, yeah. It is
so I got to
also,
ask,
yeah. Go ahead.
what is your record right now?
I'm 2-1.
Okay. So for light side, so let's see. You are going with 0 hour and a stunning move. Why stunning move?
I like Grievous, and I don't have a lot of good cards, so I have to rely on virtual cards and the backing cards that I collected throughout my childhood.
Makes sense. So you like General Grievous. So let's talk about this is 0 hour. So it's not a pretty common 0 hour. Like I noticed a few cards that not a lot of people play. You have Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yes.
Premier virtual in there. You have Tally in her ship. But the biggest one that I noticed was the Jedi prisons. What is the kind of like what are you trying to do with this deck?
Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi does not adhere to deployment restrictions as 0 hour would make him deploy +1 because he's a Jedi. So he's coming down. I only have 1 of him in my deck. I have
Mhm.
3 of the Kanan Jarruses, so I've got more Jedi coming out. And I believe I also have 1 Ahsoka, so I can
Yes.
get the Jedi out there pretty readily. And Jedi Presence is a sleeper card. Not a lot of people play it. So if I can get into a situation where I can use it, and I've got Zeb Power 5. I've got Lando Scoundrel Power 6. I've got a lot of rebels that are high power. So if I can get Jedi Presence going during this tournament, it'll make me a happy man.
Yeah. So were there any other tricks that we did not see on the stream? Because like I said, I saw those three cards in particular. Outside of that, like
I
what
mean, just the
else?
standard get your I want that ship so I can get the Ghost and Hera out pretty quick. But the idea of the deck is to sort of let the opponent make the moves first. So
Okay.
not to do anything turn 1, just draw into hand because
Hmm.
if I need to, I've got Yoda Stew that I can put back on the force pile. I can do that at the end of the game, or I can do that in the middle if I have crappy cards in my hand. So I'm not too worried about having too many cards in the hand. Just don't want to have like over 14 for drop. But
So
yeah,
so besides this last game, how has your day been so far?
it's been it's been wonderful. It feels like home. I just love the crew that is here, and I love the people and the game, and it's like the best of both worlds for me. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing ride the past, like, now it's been 7 or 8 months since I've actually entered the foray, and I mean I'm on. I didn't know there's headphones on me right now, Dan. Are you seeing this? This is crazy.
So how does how does today's event rate like with like so you went to Worlds, like I know Worlds has been like one of the biggest experiences, like it's one of the
Oh
bigger tournaments and everything.
yeah,
Like
it was
and
overwhelming.
then
I was so overwhelmed at Worlds because there was just so many games so quick, and I'd never played that fast before. So I lost
mhm,
every single game except for the bye. So I finished last, 69th place, and from then on, I decided I wanted to, get better at Open because I enjoy playing
mhm.
it, and I'd played so many no shield, no V. That was Connecticut contingents. Um, basically, what we did for like 27 years, man. We didn't even play
Yeah.
Open, no virtual cards. We were just getting into them now, and they're so cool when you understand how they work and how you can grab things with them and just make the decks more fun and more action packed.
So so what okay, you said you're 2-1 right now. What was the other game that won you your first game?
It was an ASM deck, a stunning move. It was the Grievous deck, And
So you're playing a stunning move, but are you playing the best card for the deck?
Grievous didn't get down until turn 3 or 4, and he wasn't integral to the game at all. He was just more of an intimidator. I had to pull him with Imperial Command. I was playing against a Jedi training deck with Leia,
Oh,
daughter of Skywalker,
yeah.
and it just I was playing.
Who did you play against in round one?
It was another Brian. I can say that I've met like 4 or 5 other Brians, so I've met a community that is basically
So,
very similar to
so
myself
interesting enough. Do you
in
know who
name
that,
and
so
in
that Brian is a pretty
game.
famous Brian. His name is Brian Harold. His
Okay,
nickname is the Smoking Gungan.
I know him by that name. Yes,
So
and the
we have a
sunglasses.
Smoking Gungan versus
Yes,
Frodo Light
yes,
match.
that's right.
I will say this: so far, you have been the most requested person in the chat to get on stream.
Oh,
So you did not disappoint
I love it.
anybody
I
by
love it.
that with this game.
Well, I love the guys if they're watching. Shout out to anyone watching. Love you guys from the cockles of my heart.
So, well, I will say this before we let you go for lunch. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you on. Glad to see that you're doing really well, and that more so. I'm really glad to see that you're enjoying yourself.
Oh,
How has Large Porg been with like this entire time too?
I'm bunking up with him. You know, it's me and Large Pork. We're chilling in a room. It's, we're a team. He is not just an honorary member
Uh-oh.
of the Connecticut contingent, but I'm gonna actually right now on live camera stream. I'm gonna offer him a handshake to join the Connecticut contingent proper. Right here. Do you accept, Large Pork?
I'm interested in discussing our future.
He said no. That's okay. The shirts are too expensive anyway.
Well, to be fair though, I feel like the Porg is like
Because
a
I
part
know
of
that
everybody's
the
team.
contingent has a very strong bond. For over 27 years, these guys go all the way back to grade school,
It's true.
and so it would
I-
behoove me to accept such a request without the unanimous approval from the other 4.
Okay, well, if the other 4 are on the chat right now, I invite them to say in the chat that they also would invite him into the full Connecticut contingent as a 6th member, if they're all watching right now. But I don't know if all of them are.
I would
Well-
love to discuss this enterprise in more detail after we eat our bacon cheeseburger. And Dan, I'm going to have a bite for you. Thanks for the commentary.
Sure.
We wish you were here.
Awesome. Yeah, believe me, I wish I was there. I really hope to see you guys out in Indianapolis in April. Brian, go ahead, enjoy your burger, get some food, relax
will.
for a little bit, decompress after taking down what seemed like a really hard matchup.
I was lucky enough to have played against that matchup on Gemp like 8 times in a row in the past week. And that was, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but the player I played against is sitting across the table from me.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, gentlemen, take care. Thanks again, and good luck to the both of you. Oh, wait, really quick. What is Tommy's record?
Tommy, what's your record?
I'm 0-3 today so far.
He's 0-3.
But he's 3-0 when it comes to fun.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay, gentlemen, take care. Good luck. May the force be with you.
Thanks, Dan. Over and out.
Okay, everybody. So we're going to take a little break as well as we have to let the players go have their lunch. I believe I'm going to go get some lunch as well. So we'll be back in roughly about 45 minutes with game 4. Right now I have Chris Gogolin scheduled to hop on. So we might be getting Chris Gogolin. We might also be getting Justin Miyashiro. So until everybody... So everybody make sure you stick around. We got a lot more of the Supreme Southern Showdown coming up. Until then, take care, and we'll see you soon.